Hey, thanks so much for that amazing introduction. I am excited that you are here. Welcome to this amazing webinar training. This is going to be one for the record books because this is going to show you what I like to refer to as one of the best opportunities that exist today. Listen, I know so many people say that, but when you see what I'm about to share with you and how you can actually take any idea and turn it into a profitable app easier like never before, where it used to be so complicated and you used to have to spend $50,000, $100,000 just to develop technology. And I'm going to show you how you can be able to get your piece of a $4 trillion industry. Yes, $4 trillion. Absolutely crazy. I'm excited. Let me know in the chat if you are excited. Give me some ones in the chat if you are excited. Give me some ones in the chat if you are excited. All right, we got a lot of ones in the chat. All right, let's go ahead and jump into today's training. This is all about how you can build an app. Okay, in under a day, I'm gonna make you a promise today. I'm gonna show you the strategies of how you can build an app in under a day that can turn into a $5,000 plus a month biz or even more, right? Just depends on if you follow the right strategy. And the great part about this is no coding required. All right. That is my promise to you, and it's going to be amazing. So, the big promise, though, is this is the proven three-step system to build, launch, and monetize an AI powered software business in 60 days without writing one line of code. Now, I know on the first one I said launching it in 60 days, or should I say building in 60 days? This is building and launching it. What does that mean? That means that gives you up to 60 days to really put together the full system, right? So that's knowing how to understand and find a problem because people pay for problems, right? And then that essentially is to build it, work out some of the bugs. Yes, there is bugs still in software. However, I promise you it's not as scary as it used to take, where you were kind of like waiting on the developer back in the day. Greatest time in history, guys. Like, that's why I'm so excited. And then you find customers, and we're going to show you how to do that. Do this in under 60 days, which is still a short period of time. All right. So, what you will walk away with today is you will walk away with the three-step system to build AI software without writing a single code. What you're also going to walk away with today is what I like to refer to as the idea matrix. I'm going to give you a small taste of that training, and then also the real results from real students, real revenue numbers, and the bundle that is going to really, really transform the way that you do business online. All right. So, a simple question: if I could show you a way to build a real AI software business that generates you $5,000, $10,000, $20,000 a month in recurring revenue in 60 days without code, without developers, and without an audience and without quitting your day job, would you want to see it? Let me know in the chat if you would want to see it. All right. We got a lot of yeses. Yes, yes, yes. All right. Yes. Show me. All right. Let's do it. So, who am I? Why should you be listening to me? Well, my name is Justin Burns, and I am the founder of Apps Built with AI, but also I am also the founder of Miestro, which we've generated over 30,000 customers through our various platforms. We own other platforms. I'm going to show you some of them that were generated with AI. Now, Maestro was actually built with developers, and that's what kind of got me on this journey. All right. There's so many people that are teaching. You might have heard of vibe coding, or if you haven't heard of vibe coding is the ability to, just like ChatGPT, describe with the simple prompt here, make me this, build me this, right? And so one of the things as it relates to building Maestro is I had an idea years ago and I wanted to help course creators build out this product. And I was really, really frustrated because I had to spend a lot of money on developers and I end up spending, watch this, I'm not lying when I say this, $1 million on developers. All right. $1 million. Crazy when you think about it, right? So we spent $1 million on developers, and it completely shifted my paradigm. It's just, what did you find $1 million? Listen, When you want something bad enough, you find the money, okay? That's the great part about the resilience of us as humans is that I believe that no matter where you're from, whatever background you have, if you want the money, you find it, all right? That's the biggest thing that I will say. So, I've been up spending $1,000,000 and I would help came with so much frustration in building this platform. All right. And then with doing that, I learned a lot, right? In generating 30,000 customers. Now, Maestro alone, you can go search it out. I tell people I have nothing to hide. Maestro alone is sitting at a few thousand customers every single month that pays us on a recurring basis. All right. And we have other platforms, but we've actually that we generated through customers. And I've also showed other people how to fulfill on their dream. Okay. So if you have an idea, this is one of the greatest times in history. But even if you don't have an idea, this is still the greatest time in history. I'm going to show you guys how you can also stake your piece of the pie. So don't worry. Don't worry. I want you to hold on to any type of, skepticism, whatever it is. I promise you, I'm going to show you something absolutely amazing. All right. I've actually launched over 10 plus profitable apps and also helped 50 plus startups. And I was able to travel the world because I own a technology company. I was able to go to Bali, Africa, Asia while the company kept running. There's so many people, they are in industries that they are frustrated with, right? There's in so many industries that they're like, listen, it's crowded. Think about all those industries and nothing against these industries like crypto and all these different things. And everybody's talking about AI, but who's actually talking about how to build the future and how to build a product with AI? I don't see many people talking about this. So that's what we're going to talk about today. So that is my story. And I like to say, I'm not going to bore you with this long, drawn out story. But this is my story in one slide, all right? I grew up on the south side of Chicago, and I became a salesman years and years and years ago. And then one of my first platforms that I ever built was a platform called Script Engage. And basically, it solved this problem of before AI. We all know we can go to ChatGPT and write up some good copy, but that didn't exist in 2015. And so I built something that allow for people to take that. And what I realized is as I was building it, I thought that if you build it, they will come. And let me just tell you, I was in for a rude awakening because I realized, and this going through this process, and I'm telling you this story because going through this process helped me to truly understand that it was so much bigger than just the next whiz bang AI product. It was so much bigger than just building some random product. It was all around understanding this whole system that I'm going to show with you today. I ended up selling that product and then I started the company actually when I was in Bali. I started another company. And this is the path that made the system that you are watching today. And so, as I started to build Maestro, no investor would write me a check. All right. And what happened is what really showed me the system I'm going to show you today is that I'm getting on a Zoom call with 50 strangers from a woman that I met. And this is what we call distribution. And she actually helped me by, doing something called audience hacking, where we were able to give it to her audience. And they were able to, they actually signed up to my product, Maestro. 20 people paid $200 each. And it completely changed my paradigm in the way that people buy software. I didn't have fancy slides because the software sold the entire program. Okay. So that's the great part about software. And I'm sure you're watching this. You have probably more than likely have spent money on software, right? Because software runs the world. But the problem is we haven't been taught to create it. So the truth about AI right now is that the real money is not in the models. It's in the software that uses AI to solve a specific problem for a specific person who will pay every month. If you can, solve a problem and you can turn it into software and AI, we're using AI, I'm telling you, it's going to transform your life. Okay. And I don't say that just to say that. I say that because I mean that unequivocally. The truth is that just using ChatGPT or just using AI is not going to help you make any money. When I see people having all these AI products, I say, where is a product that you can sell and actually make money from it? And I'm here to tell you that most people have no idea about how to do this, right? So I'm here to tell you that that model exists and this is going to show you how to do that, all right? And the thing is, you don't need to try to be Google, right? And this is the gold rush lesson, right? If you ever heard of NVIDIA, NVIDIA makes chips. They are like one of the first, like close to $1 trillion companies, right? But NVIDIA didn't build ChatGPT, they built the chips. And their stock is up 1,000% in 5 years. Okay. And the reason why I say that is because picks and shovels outperform the gold rush. And so your play, as I like to say, is that you can wrap AI in a product. You get to stack customers with this method. The customers compound because people love paying for software every month. I want you to stop right now. I want you to ask yourself a question. I want you to just for a moment write down how many software platforms are you paying for? I'll wait. I know, listen, it's not to attack you. I am guilty of paying a lot of money for software myself. Okay. So I am paying for a lot of software every single month. And so the great part about this, we love it though, using platforms like Zoom and paying for Slack and paying for Canva. These things run our lives. So the average person, and this is what I'm here to tell you, the average person subscribes to 6 to 8 apps, not 1 out of 5 like some industries. Literally one out of I'm sorry, the average person has 6 to 8 apps that they pay for, okay? So this means that there's a lot of money in this $4 trillion industry. So why right now is different? So right now is different because 3 years ago, like I said before, it used to take 50 to $250,000 and a developer just to get started. Now, today, under $100, okay, in total costs, working with minimal viable products and working with these AI tools, you can get a product to market in 30 to 60 days. It used to take 6 months to build a product, right? So the window of opportunity is completely open and it closes when everybody catches up. Let me just tell you this so that you understand. There is a short window of time to take advantage of one of the largest wealth transfers, in my opinion, in human history. And it's this. And if you were to remove all skepticism to know that now is your time, I promise you it's going to help you. All right. So let's go over a few mistakes that people make as it relates to this type of strategies. And whenever they're building, when they say, I want to build an app or I want to build a software, here's some of the mistakes. Mistake number one is that you build before you validate. Most people do this. They go through 3 weeks of building a product, and trust me, I got the t-shirt to prove it. Yes, I do. Meaning I've done this, all these mistakes I've done. So that's how I know how to tell you about it. But 3 weeks of building, you launch and then crickets, right? And then nobody asks you to build it because you don't know if people want the product or not. And nobody confirmed that they paid, right? You just guessed. And guessing doesn't pay the bills. Guessing doesn't help you reach your bottom line and your financial goals. So building without validation is the number one reason that apps fail at launch. Okay. They don't guess. You want to confirm first. And that's just one of the biggest things. Mistake number two is trying to be the next ChatGPT. All right. And you often hear this, right? Because everybody tries to be the next ChatGPT. They try to build a Me Too product. But here's what I'm going to tell you. The riches are in the niches, ladies and gentlemen. Money is not in being huge. It's in being specific, boring, and narrow, right? A tiny, well-defined problem solved brilliantly beats a massive, vague solution every time, every single time. Okay. Now, we've probably heard this saying that the riches are in the niches. But in software, nobody does it. Nobody does it. Nobody goes to this strategy. Nobody, like, if you were to just take a product and put it into a specific niche, I promise you, you would have more chances of being wealthy than trying to just be general. Okay. Mistake number 3 is waiting for the perfect idea. All right. There's no perfect idea. There's no perfect idea. Okay. This is where the graveyard happens because it's full of people with great ideas that never launched. The antidote is to move now, refine later, and perfection is the enemy of progress. All right. An imperfect app that ships beats a perfect app that never launches. It's so true. And let's go through some of the final ones. Mistake number 4, trying to be the developer. You are not a developer. If you are a developer watching this, then listen, you are a developer, but you still need, in order to really grow this, one thing I tell people is stop trying to code everything yourself. Stop trying to figure it out. Stop trying to think about paying somebody. Here's what I will tell you. The right identity to have is that you are a product manager. What does that mean? Product managers are some of the most powerful roles. And when you get into this mindset, it will help you. What is it? What does it mean to be a product manager with the mentality? Well, product managers direct AI. AI builds, and then you ship. I mean, you ship it, you launch it, you actually make money from it. And that's the mistake that most people make. And the last one is mistake number 5 is building alone, where people built alone, isolated, and they quit when it's hard and they spiral in self-doubt, miss obvious solutions. Community builders, as I like to refer to my community as, is they ship faster, they built with others. They fail less and they stack wins together. You don't want to make these critical mistakes, which is why we're going to go right into the 3-step system that is going to help you to take advantage of one of the largest wealth transfers in history, and that is building your very own apps with AI. But a quick check in. Let me know in the chat how excited you are. Put I'm excited in the chat. Put I'm excited in the chat. All right, we're seeing all the I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm excited. Also, put ones in the chat if you are also excited. You see the opportunity. You're like, Justin, let me have it. Please tell me more. How do I actually take advantage of this and not without thinking about, oh, I'm just too technical, or I don't want to be too technical, and oh my God, technology gives me a headache. I'm here to help you. But if you are, you have some tech experience, you're also missing one of these 3 things that we're going to talk about today, and they are validate, build, and launch. All right? Validate, build, and launch. Okay, real revenue. I'm going to show you guys how to do that. No code, no developers, no excuses. All right, so let's jump right into step number 1. Before we build anything, we have to validate. Validate is so important. Validation is one of the most key components and key rules in order to basically make sure that you're not building something and putting all your hard work, your soul, your dedication, and everything that you have into something nobody wants. Question in the chat, or even I want you to answer this to yourself. Have you ever built something and you were either A, afraid to launch it, or B, you were afraid that nobody would buy it? Let's be honest here. Come on, guys. Let's be a little vulnerable. All right. And again, a lot of people saying yes, yes, yes. Right. And the reason why that is because of 2 things. Number 1, most entrepreneurs, they get excited, they get an idea, they get excited, and then they go and they try to build. Okay. They try to build. And they go out and build. They're so excited. They don't even know if people want the product. They spend months building. They don't put any work into this step, which is validation. And then poof, crickets, right? And so we call this, one of the things you want to do is you want to make sure that you validate your product. All right. How do you do that? Well, we call this using the idea matrix, which is picking your path. We call this the bridging the gap. All right. What does that mean? Well, bridging the gap means that you don't have to have a new idea. I tell people this all the time. One of the fastest paths to failing is thinking that you have a new idea. There's so many, watch this. There's so many ideas out there that are not doing the right thing. And my 3-day summit that I'm going to share with you later on, one of the things I always show is that there's so many companies out there. And if you listen to people, you won't make money, right? Because people sometimes will tell you things that they think are the truth, but it's an absolute lie. And one of the things that I will tell you, and I give this example all the time, there's a guy who created a company called Uform. And if you there's also a company called Typeform. How many of you guys have ever heard of Typeform? Let me know in the chat if you ever heard of Typeform. Well, if you haven't, Typeform is a company that actually produces forms, right? And you can basically create a form that you can fill out your name, email address, all those things. Well, here's what happened, all right? What ended up happening is they ended up creating this whole, concept and $50 million company, by the way, software company. And if you were looking at everybody else, you're like, these guys have raised hundreds of millions of dollars. We can't compete against them. And you're right. You wouldn't be able to crazy compete against them. But here's what happened, right? Here's what happened. What ended up happening is the power of this is that the guy said, no, no, I'm not going to be like everybody else. And he created this company called Uform. Okay. And with Uform, he ended up creating this company called Uform. And with Uform, he ended up making the product a little bit better. He improved upon some of the features. He made it less expensive. He removed the features. Did you guys know that there's so many platforms that are over bloated and have too many features in them? Did you know that? So everybody's trying to, I want to put more features. I want to put so many features in my product. And you want to think about how you can make your customers' lives a lot easier. That's a gem, by the way. Write that down. Don't have as many features, don't have all these crazy features. You don't need all those features. If you were to have a simple product that solved a great problem, you would again be successful. So he created Uform, go against Typeform. He's at $60,000 a month in revenue. 60,000. Absolutely insane. $60,000. All right. Number 2 is you can also, in order to validate, you can run 5 to 10 customer interviews where you can talk to real people, confirm that they have this problem, and confirm that they will pay. All right. That's one of the also biggest things. And then number 3, you can fill a 50-person wait list. So this is what we call pre-selling, where we can pre-sell our product, get 50 people on the wait list before you build a single feature, and then just ask them what their problems are. Again, validation is one of the most important things. All right. Let's go into step number 2, which is, all right, we validated this particular product. We looked at it. We said, okay, how can now that we know we have something that is selling, next, we need to build, right? And so, how do you build a software, Justin, with AI? Well, number 1 is we have to pick what we call our AI builder. Okay, so there's a couple different AI builders, and I'm going to show you some of them here on the screen in just a second. But you have Lovable, Bolt are just some of them, some of my favorite. And then number 2 is you write something called a product spec sheet, or you take a prompt. Everything is about prompting. So you prompt really, really good. And then what you do is you paste that, you direct it with AI, plain and simple, right? And you test and you refine and you polish and you repeat until ready. Okay. And then you ship the MVP. What's the MVP? An MVP is a minimal viable product. Done beats perfect. But listen, we used to not be able to have to do this, which I'm so excited that now we could take any idea and to be able to turn it into a profitable app. So what I'm going to do, because I want this to be interactive to show you how you can actually take advantage of this and be able to really, really profit from this. Put some ones in the chat if you are excited. I'm going to show you how and some of the stuff that we've actually built so that you can actually see how powerful and amazing it is. All right. So I see some ones and ones and ones in the chat. All right. So one of the things, this is lovable. So what you do, and I'll show you guys this really quick, is I'm going to share my screen. So this is lovable. If this is you can visit lovable.dev, and here it's very simple. It's just like ChatGPT. All you do is you go in here, you're going to see projects. You can sign up for a free account. There'll probably be a link right below this video. If it's not, or I'm sorry, this training. All right, that you are seeing, or we're posting them actually in the chat so you can actually get that link. All right. But if you don't, just go to lovable.dev. And what you are going to also see, which is so powerful, is this box right here that says, ask lovable. And then what you're going to see is you have the ability to attach different designs. You can also design this if you want to, open up a design system. You can connect things, but it's very, very simple. All we can do is to go in here and basically copy and paste an amazing prompt in here, and you can just literally build an entire product, right? So I can just press build, or I can plan this out as well with Lovable. Okay. Or I can also record my voice and tell it what I want. Now you say, Justin, what can you build? Well, most people, if you've ever seen people with Lovable accounts, they don't know. Look at how amazing this looks. This was built in Lovable. This is a website that I actually built in Lovable. How many guys are excited about that? Most, you can, I don't know if you ever seen one of those AI looking websites, but guys, that's not what this is. Okay. As you can see, Lovable built the whole menu with logins, and this is an animation. Most people don't even know you can build an entire website like this. Or one of my favorites that I built, most people don't know this, but if you go to studiobook.ai, and I always encourage people because I always like to be honest and truthful. I'm not one of these vibe coding people who just discover how to do AI. I'm a person that's really building. Okay. And so I'm always going to, if I give you a URL, it's because that URL is live. You can go to it. It's because I'm actually selling the product that I'm telling you about. Right. So keep that in mind. All right. Now, this is studiobook.ai. You can go there. One of the issues that we had a challenge with is the fact that I wanted to write a book with AI, but I had a lot of issues in writing that book. Okay. And that was just one of the things that I had this issue with. Okay. And so what I decided to do was I said, what if I can build an app that actually, allowed you to record your voice and be able to write the book? How cool would that be? And this is the exact formula and what we actually built inside. And it has something called Voice Studio, which allows for you to be able to record your voice. It has a book scanner software that will tell you about the best books that are selling. It also has so many other things like educational, and it also has the chapters. You can go in here and use AI to generate, and it will also look at that. It will actually write out an entire book summary and then give you all the chapters, all using AI, and it happens in about 15 minutes. Isn't that crazy, guys? Let me know. Like when I tell people in the beginning, I told you this is the greatest time in history, and I mean it. The reason why I'm telling you what I'm telling you is because never in history can you go to a tool and know with the prompt, knowing how to build it, and be able to launch. Absolutely insane. All right. So we built this entire tool, right? And it built everything. It built the login pages, right? All within this platform. It built the dashboard. It built all of this literally within this platform. All right. That wasn't the right login details, but you can see that there's just so many things You can build admin panels. Like the possibilities are endless. You can build websites like this if you are excited. Give me some ones in the chat if you are excited. All right. A lot of ones. Everybody's excited. All right. Now let's finish this up. So AI is all about not just again what you say, but how you say it. Mama used to say it's not what you say, but how you say it. So that's what we do. We write out the spec document, right? We explain it in plain English, no technical jargon required. And we test, we refine, we polish, all right? And we repeat until we ship our product. You can build this stuff in a day, guys. You can literally go to Lovable or Bolt or whatever platform you choose, and you just have to have the right prompting, and then you can actually build it. But the prompt has to be specific. I'm going to show you guys how to get the right prompt and what to say. All right. And you're going to learn this also on the 3-day summit I'm going to show you about as well. All right. Step 3, what most people struggle with. Step 3 is launching and monetizing. All right. Here's the fastest way to launch. We call it distribution. I'm going to go over this much more in detail, but like I want you to understand these are the 3 fastest ways to fill up your app and get customers. You need customers because it's great to build stuff, it's great to solve problems, but somebody's got to pay the bills, right? And you got to pay our bills. But also, we don't want to get paid and trade time for money. We want to get paid because of the value we provide, right? And that's the fastest way for us to hit our goals is that we essentially go out there and provide a lot of value, okay? And so that's what we are doing here. This is called launching and monetizing. So step 1 is called the founder's launch. What we do with a founder's launch is when you are first launching, you want to have a wait list and people are signing up for the wait list. You want to write this down. You want to give out founders pricing. All right. Well, we give people a founder's price, kind of like, just like when certain, tickets come out, they say, here's the pre-sale price because they're trying to get people to sign up. And so you want to make sure that you have a founder's price, all right, to be able to launch your software. Number 2 is smart pricing. I just talked about this, but in the beginning, to generate cash flow, you want to have things like pre-selling so you can actually launch a product before it's actually ready to be sold. All right. I generated $4,000 for a product that wasn't sold yet. And the great part about AI, let me tell you what it is. The great part about AI is the ability for you to be able to create a prototype in less than a day. I'm about to put the whole formula for you so you can visualize it, see it, and know that you can do this. All right. Here's what you're going to do. You can literally, and this is my promise to you, once you find a starving market, a market that has problems. So what people pay for, they pay for problems to be solved. Once you do that, the next step is to build. You take a prompt, specialized prompt, to show you how you can get access to a prompt that works. And you copy and paste and you start building AI. AI will build the whole product for you, website, everything, your entire product without a lot of coding experience and without you having to be overwhelmed. We need customers. And so you can build that prototype. I'm not saying it's going to be fully functional in a day. I'm just saying you can build the prototype and everything in one day. And then in less than 60 days, preferably 30 days, you can have customers on your platform. Never has there been a time in history like now. Okay? Excited. Give me some ones in the chat if this makes you excited. All right. Let's see a lot of ones. And so you can offer lifetime deals to people, right? So it takes about $100, $200 to get your first prototype, meaning in credits. So Lovable charges by credits. And so it actually can cost less than that. Okay. Now, in comparison, you might say, Justin, oh my God, why does it cost that much? Well, it's not about it costing that much because take it from me, a guy who has spent in relative to spending $50,000 for a prototype of a software. Anybody could do this from any background. Doesn't matter what country you're from, doesn't matter what color you are, doesn't matter. What country, religion, doesn't matter. What matters is that we are combined at this level right here, which is all it takes is a good idea and knowing how to apply the three strategies and three steps to get you to your total outcome. And that's what's exciting. All right. Then you got the affiliate program. You can actually tap into what we call other people's audiences, and this is going to fund your company growth. My first product, Script Engage, at first I didn't know how to sell it. I didn't know I was doing SEO. I was doing so many different products. And listen, I kept hitting my head. Like my head was on a swivel board. It was just everywhere. And I was completely overwhelmed. And then what happened is I discovered that having an affiliate program and giving someone a percentage to offer it to their audience was a faster way than me trying to sell it myself on my own. Okay. So you can tap into that because it's going to help you to really understand. Okay. So let me just show you this because you can also have an affiliate program and it doesn't cost you any money to be able to do this. But here's what I will tell you. Apps don't make money. Distribution makes money. Okay. I want you to write this down. Apps don't make money. Distribution makes money. Okay. The best apps in the world have zero customers because nobody can find them. And I just want you to understand that building is only half the game. Getting in front of people is the other half. It's the half that most builders skip. Okay. Literally. If I could teach a class on this all day, I will because it's the truth. Apps don't make money. Distribution makes money. Okay. The best apps in the world have zero customers because nobody can find them. Like I said, building is only half the game. Getting in front of people is the other half. And it's the half that most builders skip. All right. So here's the 5 reasons why this beats every other online business of having your own app. All right. Number 1 is recurring revenue beats one time. Imagine getting paid every single month. That's what having apps will reward you with. Once you figure this system out, it's amazing. Number 2 is okay. Like you don't have to spend $1 million like I did on developers and all this complicated stuff because this works. All right. So I want you to think about this right here. Think about this for a moment and wrap your head around this because this is exciting. See, recurring revenue is different, right? Because I want you to think about this for a moment. Let's say if you had 100 customers that was paying you $49 a month, okay? $49 a month, 100 customers, and you would now be able to generate $4,900 a month forever like clockwork. Okay? That's not a course. Okay? That's what's exciting about this is that recurring revenue. And as you make your product better and better every single month, people continue to pay. All right? And also, like I said, you don't have to be the brand. Because I'm proof. I spent a couple years in Bali and Maestro kept running. The software doesn't need you on TikTok every day. It doesn't need you to show up and perform and be on. It just runs. So if you want the fastest path to the cash, if you want to be able to be successful, build the system and let the system work for you. Okay? Here's the math. And one thing I love about this is that usually there's a trajectory with software. It goes up and up and up. So this is from 10 customers to 250 customers. That's $147,000 a year, month after month. And we call this compounding. One of the most fastest ways for you to grow your revenue, your business, and your income is compound recurring. Most people don't teach this. Okay, it's fascinating. So math 2, here's another. All right. Let's say if you added a second product to this. So you did a second product. Your second product takes half the time and half the cost, and you already learned the system and you already have an audience, right? SaaS stands for software as a service. Let's just say you got two softwares running. That's $20,000 a month for two micro softwares in just year two, recurring. Powerful, right? So here's what I like to say: real apps, real revenue. All right. Which we have, and I'm going to show you guys this in a second, but with the apps built with AI, Light Edition, we have moms who are shipping SaaS products. Okay. Building while the kids are at school. Real products, real customers. 60-year-old who had career changes, who landed, $5,000 projects, proving that it's not too late. Side hustlers who don't necessarily do this full time, but replacing their corporate salary, one recurring customer at a time. And then some who are doing live demos who also are showing their software and also building it for someone else. We didn't even talk about that today. So right? Know in the chat who's excited. Who's excited? And with everything that I want to show you something else that's really going to help you power this up and take things to the next level. But I want you to be committed, because if you're not committed, this is not going to help you. This is for the builders, the people that are like, listen, I'm tired of doing the same thing. I'm tired of being in industries that don't really help me. I'm ready to be in something that's going to help me to grow and have systems that work without me. Give me some ones in the chat if you are excited about this. All right. A lot of ones, a lot of people who are excited about this. Well, I'm going to show you a system that's going to help you to be able to do this and to be able to know exactly how you could take advantage of this great opportunity. All right, so let's talk about who this is for. All right, well, this is for you if this is going to be for you if you are a non-technical entrepreneur, right? Side hustlers who want to build something or get a side hustle, right? And be able to do it. You could do that as well. You can do this in 5 to 10 hours a week. Okay. You don't need to quit your day job to start. And again, system followers willing to trust the process and execute the steps, and recurring revenue seekers who are done buying courses they will never open. If that's you, let me know. I don't know about you, but I don't want to buy this whole nother course and I'm not going to be excited about trying some whiz bang tactic. That's not you. Okay. You want to build something that's the future, that's going to be around for a while. And again, generate you income for lifetimes to come. All right. Or at least this lifetime. All right. And you keep building and making the product better. That's what could happen. Who this is not for. If you are trying to get rich quick, and this isn't going to be for you. This is a real business. It does takes work, but I can promise you it's the work and the reward is so big. All right. Community refusers. If you won't plug in, if you're just trying to be by yourself, like you don't want to be here. All right. This is not for you. If you plug in and you're going to get the support. Remember, I said one of the biggest mistakes was that people try to do this on their own. Well, you're going to plug in and you're going to be able to be a part of something amazing. AI skeptics. If you think that AI is a fad, this isn't your moment because it's not a fad. And passive participant. If you want me to build it for you, this is the right fit. All right. This is so that you get the skill sets and everything that you need in order to be able to build. So here's what will happen. In phase one, you're going to walk away knowing this is called the build phase. This is going to help you to know which path your idea fits, and then also how to niche down properly, how to validate with those 50 interviews, and how to fill a 50-person wait list. You're also going to walk away knowing the ship phase, which AI builder to use, how to really write that particular product spec sheet, how to understand databases and those type of things, and testing and refining and shipping in 60 days. And you're going to walk away with the founder's launch, all right, knowing how to do that. So I want to introduce you to the all access bundle of the apps built with AI. It's 5 components, one bundle, one price, everything that you need to actually build the thing and not just learn about it. This is the official launch that we are doing on the bundle of the product that I'm going to share with you. All right. I'm going to show you what you're going to get. So, 5 core components of this. Number one is the AI software creator system. You're going to also get the 3-day masterclass live, the summit VIP access, apps club, and so much more. But let's go ahead and jump into it. Component number one, when you invest, and yes, I use that word very, very strongly in a sense to let you know that this is investing. You're investing in not just the present, but the future. And the future is now because AI is rapidly advancing. And so you need to be able to invest in yourself. So we have the AI software creator system. This is a short training that is going to take you step by step from no idea to paying customers and show you how you can actually, again, take a prompt and know how to do it. This is not a bunch of training. This is going to help you to be able to build it all out. Value is $497. All right. So, what's inside of the AI creator system is the create your own software app mini training. This is going to give you the fast start module to get you moving immediately. We also are going to have the ultimate GPT niche finder. This is a GPT that you're just going to open in Chat GPT, and it's going to essentially help you, guide you, and do everything. Also, you're going to get access to the top 50 app ideas, all right, PDF to show you what is selling. And then you're also going to get access to the AI software prompt creator. This is going to create you a prompt to be able to be customized to you. And we have some walkthrough videos showing you how you can actually use these prompts as well. Listen, there's not a lot of people doing this, and I want to show you exactly how this looks. All right, because I know you're excited. I'm excited, and I want to show you exactly how it looks. So when you log in, when you get access, this is what we call the Blueprint Builder Lite Edition, all right, which is going to be a dashboard when you log in, and we're going to give you ideas that are proven to make money. All right, this is an absolute amazing gem, and it's going to help you. There's 50 ideas in what we call the profit library. So, what these are proven ideas that are going to help you get started. All right, which is so powerful. We also have something called the foundation where you can name your app to get started. And what it's going to do is give you a score. All right. And then it's going to give you a prompt. Okay. And it's going to give you a prompt. So it's going to generate you a prompt that literally you can go in here, copy paste, and be able to generate your ideas. In addition, I'm going to show you some of the other trainings that it comes with. But this is powerful. You answer some questions here. You got to answer the questions. You can use AI to do that. And then it's going to actually start creating your product. And you're going to come over to Lovable Bolt. And also, we have something called the platform chooser, which you answer some questions. You're probably saying, Justin, which platform do I use? Well, the platform chooser is going to obviously help you to be able to know which platform to choose. It might say, hey, based on you not being technical, whatever it is, we choose base 44. In that case, all you got to do is click on the link and it will take you to set this up. So this is our light edition version of the Blueprint Builder. Absolutely amazing. Let me know in the chat who's excited. Let me know in the chat if you are excited. So we got a lot of people excited in the chat. All right. So with that being said, you're going to get the AI prompt builder class that I'm excited about. You're going to get the walkthrough prompt videos and all those type of things. Component number 2 is 3-day live masterclass with me that is happening next week, actually. All right. We are actually doing this webinar, and this is going to be a training that's not fluffy. You're going to actually, if you thought this was amazing, this is 3 full days. All right. At least like 3 to 4 hours a day to showing you how to find your ideal customer. We're going to go in detail about finding your tribe. All right. You're going to also learn about how to build. We're going to actually build products live in this class. All right. And I'm also going to share with you how you can do a founder's launch. All right. 3 days, you get access to the 3-day live masterclass with me that is going to be cameras on, hot seats, Q&A. This isn't a pre-recorded course. You'll never finish. This is live, interactive, and built around your specific situation. You're going to walk out with an app that you've actually started building. I can promise you that. So that's component number two. Again, day one, we're going to go through ID and validation through that class. We're also going to go deep. We're going to do a deep dive into building where you're going to learn how to write your product spec sheet, pick your AI builder, and you're going to see me go over databases and so many other things that you need in order to really build this out. And then I'm going to show you how to do your founders launch. We have other guest speakers. It's absolutely beautiful and amazing. All right. So, component number three, which is also a part of the launch that you are going to get in a bundle access package. This is going to be a VIP ticket to the next Apps Built with AI Summit. So VIP is where you can ask me questions. Take it from me, somebody who has spent $1 million on developers and so much other stuff and making so many mistakes. I've been able to learn the blueprint and the strategies to be able to build. And so you are going to get access to me as well. And it's going to be an amazing VIP. In addition to that, this is going to also come with the bundle packages, which is going to be lifetime access. If you can't make some of the 3 days, next Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, don't worry. You're going to get lifetime access to the replays for $49, right? Well, this has a value of $49, okay? So yes, going to be all the stuff that's going to be included. Again, you get the private QA session. This is worth 3x what we are currently even charging for it and the funnel. So you're going to get access to the summit workbook and action guide, lifetime replay access, and there's going to be giveaways. We're going to do a triple giveaway. We always give away stuff on our summits to our students, and it's amazing. And again, you're going to get access to the premium Idea Finder GPT. All right. Component number four is the Apps Club. This is a club. All right. Special club. This is the value bomb. When you see what the investment is, it's going to poof, blow your mind. All right. And it comes with different trainings. All right. And so this is locked in, no monthly billing. Okay. So you won't have to worry about that. This is the value bomb, 12 months full of membership. Wow. This is crazy, guys. Let me know in the chat. Is this crazy? Number one, crazy. No renewal anxiety. You're locked in for the full year, day one by itself. This single piece is worth more. And I promise you, when you see the price, this is worth more than the bundle price. All right. Really, absolutely crazy. So, what's inside? You're going to get a few training calls every month. You're going to have on demand a training library, and you're going to have a community in there and early access to a few other courses that we have. All right. So, why App Club matters is because it's builders who are plugged into the community, and by itself, this single piece is worth more than the entire bundle price. All right. So, component number five, I'm going to give you, all right, with one of my team members, you are going to get a personal strategy call. All right. One on one. All right. One paying customers, guys, $449. All five of those components today only. All right. But I want to do something special for those of you that have stuck around to the end because I appreciate you. I know there's a lot of fluff out there. That's not this. Okay. This is going to help you, guide you, push you to be better and also build the future and something amazing. All right. So here's what we're going to do. Live attendees only. This is going to be a $50 off coupon that is going to be able to go ahead and get access to that now. So you get all that value, you get that whole stack for $399 today. All right. That entire link is in the chat. All right. And so the discount disappears. All right. That discount disappears really soon. We'll extend it a little bit for you guys so that you can go ahead and be successful with that. All right. So the link is right below. All right. So if this is not doable for you, we do have a way for you to get in. If you're like, listen, Justin, I want to get in. I'm excited. You know, what can I do? Well, let me show you. You could still start off with the win, but you're gonna save not only just more money by doing it this way, but you're gonna be able to again, it's just a really good deal. So this is the page that in the link, you're gonna see the link drop right in the chat. This is the page. You get the bundle for $399, but you can start for 27 if you just want to do crazy deal, right? You can get started today for just $27, all right? Just to go ahead and again lock in. That's but all you're gonna get if you started only the $27 one-time payment. You are the friend that finally figured it out. And that's what I love. Okay. So if not this, what? If not now, when? And I always like to say the window is open right now. Every day that you wait, more people catch up. The tools are here, the system is proven, and the community is ready. All right. The window is open right now and it closes when everyone catches up. All right. So that's why you want to make sure that you have this. So, three questions. I'm not going to answer them. You're going to answer them yourself. Take a moment, be honest. These are the three questions, but I'm going to assist you in these answers, right? Because you already have the answers. So, three questions. Why did you show up today? Now, question number one is you didn't get here by accident. Honor that. Okay. Something brought you to this call, and that something is worth listening to. Question number two, why are you still here? Everybody out of everybody who registered, most people didn't show up. Okay. Of those who showed, most left an hour ago. Okay. You're still here. And that tells me something. It tells you something. So, what is that telling you? And then question number three is what's your why? What's the picture 2 years from now? Is it the kids? Is it the health, the freedom? What is it that you make it all worth it? Okay. Because that thing, that one thing is the reason to click the link right now, right in that chat. All right. So you can get access, not just the system, not just the bundle, but the why. The bundle is a vehicle and your why is the destination. Don't confuse the two. All right. So final call. All right, team, drop the link in the chat for the bundle is now open, guys. Make sure that you go ahead and click the link and sign up for this amazing bundle. $449, you get $50 off today, which makes this $399 for the whole entire amazing bundle. The price is not on the sales page. All right, it's not coming back next week. The link is in the chat. All right. And listen, my team is there. Again, team is there to help you. The next time we do something like this, if we do it at all, the price will be different. And I promise you, it will be completely different. All right. So here's what you need to know. All right. You get the replay, the VIP, right? You get the lifetime access. So you're covered, right? Yes, there is payment options to be able to go all in. Yes, the strategy call does get scheduled, but it's on a first come, first serve basis. And yes, you get the 3-day masterclass dates, which are inside the portal that you can come to the 3-day masterclass. And yes, if you're internationally based, this works. App Club is global. Strategy calls are over Zoom. So you are going to be able to grow with us. All right. So listen, let's land this plane. All right. The window is open. Here's where we're at. The bundle is open right now. The $50 coupon is below for the live attendees. It's in the chat what you're getting. The AI creator software, the 3-day masterclass, the summit VIP access, excuse me, the apps 1 year, and the personal strategy call. What you're paying is $399 live attendee price. And again, this is not on the sales page. All right. So the link is in the chat. Go build something. You showed up. You stayed. You know what to do. I want you to click the link below. Join the bundle. Start building your app this week. The system is ready. The community is waiting. And the only thing left is you. All right. So with that being said, this is Justin Burns. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you guys. I appreciate you. The bundle, jump in, built the future with us. You're going to look back and regret all the amazing things that's going on. All right. This is Justin Burns signing off. Thank you so much. I'll see you on the other side. Let's build the future together. All right. Peace. Talk to you soon.